What is up, everybody? It has been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Oh my gosh, 6 months since we did our last podcast, bro. That's crazy. July.
Really?
Our people have not heard from us since July.
That's crazy, man.
Wow.
We've been wanting to make some episodes for a while, but as we hope you all know, we've been busy.
Yep.
Kind of making some other stuff.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to later.
Yep. But dang, man, it's been a minute. Like, I don't even know if I remember how to do this for real. That's the thing. Man. But as you can see, we have started ascended. Like, you guys who were a part of the podcast from when we first started knew that we had this idea for a podcast called Ascended. But these past few months, really, we really didn't know what this ministry was going to look like and what we were going to be doing. And so there's a lot of exciting things that we've been into, and that's the reason we haven't made any podcasts, and we're just now getting around to it. But this is season 2, you know? Yeah. It's time for new beginnings. 2021 is like just started, and I'm so glad 2020 is over. Like most of you know, it has been a trashy year. But there's got to be an end to everything, right?
Hey, humble beginnings, man.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Oh, wow. He went there. No, I'm not going to let him go that far. But it's been a busy last few months for us. It's been some difficult stuff, especially with COVID and, everything that just went on last year. It's just been, a real headache and, just a lot of things that need to be prayed through. And a lot of times we had to rely on God and things we didn't ever think we would have to, which is probably a fault of ours. But anyway, so I think our last podcast episode was Devin Bishop. We talked about marriage, right?
Oh, that was a good one, man.
That was a banger. If y'all haven't heard that one, y'all need to check it out. I know a lot of y'all are looking into relationships. There's some really good wisdom from a man that I look up to a lot. He's really great guy, really down to earth, and he's really funny. So go check out our marriage podcast featuring Devin Bishop. It's a great one. But in that, we started off with something. He started playing his guitar, and I said, guys, I learned how to play the guitar. We all know that's not true. Cole can't play anything, okay? Like he can play soccer. That's about it. But then after that, we said something about a song, and we kind of said it a couple of times, if I do recall, in a couple episodes that we were making a song. Y'all stay tuned. And y'all thought we was joking. Y'all thought
we was playing.
No cap, we may have been then. But some things happened. Zach started messing around with GarageBand, sent me some beats. I'm like, okay, this could work. And so what happened?
What happened? Man, let me just say thank you all to thank you for supporting us during that song.
Come on.
Because where we're at now, we just want to say, looking back, that was not our best work. We know that.
It was not.
We are fully aware of that. Yeah. So we just want to say thank you for those who supported us during that song.
For sure. All those hype men that we had that we didn't deserve.
Right.
But y'all was with us.
Yeah. Shout out to my wife.
For sure.
For making that song so much better for us.
If it had been for her, oh my gosh. If it had not been for Keely, oh my gosh. We've been drowning.
Yeah. Okay, here's what I think we should do. Before we get into like this past year and kind of going over some of our high points, some of our low points, let's just give some life updates because, like you said, last time was July.
6 months.
6 months. So
great. You weren't even. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So update. I'm now married.
He is. Show him the ring. Show him the. Yeah. Let's get it.
How long we been married? 5 months.
Close to 5
months. 5 months now. We got married August 3rd. Which, by the way, August 3rd is my parents' anniversary and her parents' anniversary.
Very cool. Very cool, yeah.
How cool is that? Like, what a God thing that was. So we got married August 3rd, and right now I'm the pastor of Beaumont United Methodist Church and Goodson's Chapel United Methodist Church. We pastor two churches. She leads worship, helps me out there, and we moved. So it's a lot's happened in the past couple months, to say the least, for us. Yeah. What about you? Is there any big updates?
Well, I mean, I didn't get COVID, but I got sent home from college. They didn't like the way I was looking. But anyway, now, I guess the biggest life thing for me that happened was probably Probably ascended. Just been immersed in that. I haven't gotten married. I'm not engaged or anything like that, so I haven't had any like big life moments or anything like that. But there's definitely been some milestones, I will say, like just in different ways, but definitely not in the ways of like huge things like you and Keely have done. Y'all moved out here to somewhere y'all are adulting. Y'all are actually adulting. Like,
man, we get bills in the mail like, what? We just got one of these.
They put jokes on postcards now. I can pay this. All right, but yeah, so a few things happen, but I'd say the most is just trying to manage COVID, manage the youth ministry at the church, because it's been like back and forth between Zoom and in person, and it's just been really hard for the youth. So those have been kind of the big things that we've been kind of trying to navigate, trying to deal with. But yeah, definitely some things. But
well, good deal, man. So let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning, right?
Humble beginnings.
We're not going to take too long to go over this past, this previous year. But we do want to just kind of reminisce over some things we went through, and after that, hopefully we can kind of give you all a vision for where we're going to go.
Yeah,
a vision for where we're going to go.
Where we're going to go
in 2021.
Yes, sir. So, with all the garbage that happened in 2020, there was a birth. There's a birth of this beautiful little thing that I have fell in love with, that I never thought I would fall in love with, but ascended. I think back to that New York gym. We were staying in a little a hotel or something, and me and Zach been conversing. I had to stream being a vlogger or YouTuber or a podcast or something. I said that, and he was like, "Yeah, we should." I'd be down to do that.
Let's do it, man.
I was like, okay, I never really thought much of it. I didn't think it would be what it is now. But yeah, ascended, started in a gym in New York, no mic, no nothing,
right?
Just dreams, I guess, at that point, just for fun, and that's something I'm gonna cherish in my heart now, just because you never thought, I never thought anyway that we would be where we're at today. But
man, I remember riding a bus and making our cover picture for the podcast, and then we got back and we wrote out a whole script for the trailer, and then
whole script.
And and then we went into that gym and we stayed up late recording that sucker.
Oh, dude, the trailer. It took me an hour to record the trailer. I was so nervous because I never talked on.
Then we start laughing and can't stop laughing.
Oh my gosh, dude! It was late though. We'd done stuff all day, and we were just trying to get it out while we were in New York, and then we recorded a cafeteria. For the episode part of it, we recorded the trailer in the gym, but dude, it's crazy. And for those of y'all who haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. Y'all can reminisce with us, 'cause you can hear what was going on in our lives then before COVID. So definitely, that's the only time y'all can hear that, I guess. So check that out for sure. Just remember the humble beginnings part of
it. So then after that, we got home. The world was kind of falling apart, right?
100%.
But we still got out some episodes before we kind of took a break because of COVID. Man, I said before we started, we've drove some hours to record this podcast.
No time how many hours I drove over to your house, dog. I had to get a new car. I got a Ford Focus for this job. I had a truck before we were doing this. Got a Ford Focus now.
Yeah. I remember. So before I moved, I had to drive about an hour and a half just to get to his church, and then an hour and a half back to record.
Yes.
And then now I moved. It's now he's the one driving, but it's only what
45 minutes from
45?
My place.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not bad, but
it's not bad,
but just the amount of trips we've taken. There's definitely been some hours on the road just for what we've done, here. So, but.
Yep. Let's see what else.
And then
happened. Then we got a first mic. Right.
Oh yeah, we got our first mic. Shout out
Grant Ward.
Yeah, shout out Grant, my guy. You're the goat. You're the goat.
He set us up, man, and for those who've listened before, we always complained about give us another mic, man.
We need another mic. Duncan. Hey, if you're listening, but
but now, as you can see, we have been working, we've been saving, we've been investing. We got a little bit of a setup here, and it's crazy to think back like I said, like we were talking about to that first episode.
To that one, like no mic. To no mic.
Yeah, just using our phones.
That's crazy. And now, like, we've got this. Like, I mean, God just has really been very fortunate to be able to have this stuff and to be able to start the way that we did.
And yeah, like, man, just some of the God things that we've experienced. I'm not going to go in too much detail yet because it's still in the works.
Right.
But like, just how should I get to this? Because like you all know, we've been putting out some music, and we were kind of going to talk about that. We may talk about that in another podcast, kind of break down some of our songs. But let's just say, like, we've been in the works. We've been working on an album, right? But we didn't know what we were doing.
Absolutely,
we did not know what we were doing.
Gosh,
all right,
no.
And then
check out the first song. Actually, put it on.
Oh gosh.
Hey,
are you putting it on or not, man?
Yeah, put it on.
Ascended to the sky, ain't no magic trick. Hey, Houdini ain't his name, Christ from Nazareth. Not a bird nor a plane, stop your chattering. Take a seat, listen close, what the answer is. It's the ordinance. Okay, he came down first, now he back up. Don't finish last, that's bad luck. Just a few years, hit it home to the streets of gold. I don't need to back up, been lost. Now I'm rolling with the Son of God, the chosen. Going and going like Moses, the spirit within. I can split that ocean. Haven't read your Bible in a week. God ain't into hide and go seek. No. Slow are the steps of repentance, swift are the steps of forgiveness. God on our side, we living. God on our side, we winning.
Here our bow knees hit the ground because he has ascended. Because he has ascended. Here our bow knees hit the ground because he has ascended. Because he has ascended.
Yeah, because he has ascended, my heart become mended, my life become gifted. God grabbed me like H10, washed away all of my sin, said adios to Satan, bowed my head, said amen. Never switched up, no Katie. God been going off lately. Always been about that team, never been about that ring. Always knew that Christ is king, that's why you'll always hear me sing. Couldn't freestyle, so I started writing raps. Never knew my friends, so I started watching Caps. To find this rep, yeah, always lived that. Z on the key, let the beat drop. New pair of J's that I might cop. 2 a.m., that's IHOP. God been working, that's non-stop. Ayy, got a plan you can't hold back. Walked away, and that's no cap. God gave me a lot of slack. Ascended, but he coming back.
Here our bow knees hit the ground because he has ascended. Because he has ascended. Here our bow knees hit the ground because he has ascended. Because he has ascended.
Yeah, our first song, bro.
That was it, man.
Oh my gosh, ascended to the sky, ain't no
Oh,
magic
man.
trick, boy. Yes, that's some smoke, my God.
At the time, I was like, man, that's a bar.
Dude, tell them about the recording process for that song.
Oh my gosh.
Ascended. Tell them about it.
So like I said, we didn't have a clue what we were doing. So we took our mic. And the only time we kind of met up was at Lindsay when we had classes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So like in between our classes, we hopped in my car, right? And we turned it off so we couldn't get the engine. And it was like, it was hot back
Boy,
then,
I
like
was sweating,
80,
my
90
God.
degrees. We sweated. And we had like our little earbuds, got it, and we held the mic in the car.
Oh, barely could hear out the
gosh.
earbud. And then
Right.
the mic.
We had the-
held it up. Zach was holding the mic, playing the beat. I was just trying to rap.
I was holding the pop filter too.
It was crazy, my guy.
Then we turned the car on to cool down for like 10
It's
seconds.
like, it took me, how many takes did it take me, dog? I was so scared because, like, I was afraid
Oh,
people were going to,
my
like, walk up
goodness.
and watch us. And they were like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are they doing? Oh, my gosh. And then, like, the lyrics just don't even, like, I mean, it came from a good place, but it was trash.
Yeah,
it was trash.
Amen.
But humble beginnings, though. It really was a humble beginning.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
the car, just recording in a car, and then going from that to what we've been doing recently has just been, wow, like a story. Like, I mean, that I think that's what makes the song so much better. Is just the story that went with it, not necessarily like the song. Is good, but it's the story.
Yes,
for sure.
So going back, so we're talking about God moments. So all of a sudden, like I wake up one day and see this message. This guy messaged our Instagram. He's like, "Hey, I'm a producer from out in Cali."
Shout out Mosh Easy on it.
Yeah,
y'all
shout
follow
out
him.
Motion.
Motion, my guy. Love that guy.
He has came through. But he was like, I would love to do a song for you all, or like remix one or something. And when I told him about it, I'm like, what is happening? Like, are we good enough?
Like that was the question. Like, are we even that good? Like all right, backtrack. We dropped Humble Beginnings and we dropped Empty Graves at that point, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we dropped.
Because he saw Empty Graves. He was wanting to redo Empty Graves.
Yeah, but he said he loved the energy from Humble Beginnings. If you haven't checked that out, check it out right now. It's on Spotify and Apple Music. So go check that out. It's been remastered since the OG version, which you can hear on a podcast right now. If you click off of it and go down to Humble Beginnings, you can hear the OG version. But shout out Mosh Easy on it.
Yeah.
You know, anyway. But yeah, he hit us up after he heard that. And me and Zach were like, I was girling out, dog. I was like, we're not even this good. And then this dude from North California hits up two country boys
who
from
has
Kentucky.
worked with artists we actually listen to. Like he's worked with Miles Minnick. He's a pretty big name.
Shout out Miles Minnick. We're gonna get you on a podcast on a track, hopefully. If you listen to this, ain't no way you listen to this. But if you do,
yeah. So we're like, this guy, like is serious. Like, he's So we're like, all right, man, like for sure. So from then on, we've been working with him.
Closely working with him,
At this point in time, we're almost done with our album.
Yeah.
So we're not going to say a release date for sure yet.
Right.
But it's coming soon. So hopefully by the time this podcast is out, the album has dropped and you'll be able to check it out and all that.
Right.
Right. But yeah, that's one huge God thing. Let's see what else you can talk about. Talk about the art.
Oh, the cover art.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
So. So we've been checking out this guy's cover art for a while. He's actually done some cover art for some big names.
No big deal. No big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah.
And his art is crazy. And I've always thought, like, man, if we could get him to do some cover art, we would be crazy. Yeah. So sure enough, one day I was just checking him out on Instagram, and in his bio he said like commissions open, like message me or something. So I'm like, heck, let's go for it. So I just sent him a message, was like, hey,
send it.
I was like, hey man, would you be willing to do some cover art? And he said for sure.
It's crazy.
And oh my gosh, like that was mind blowing too.
Like, those two moments, I think, those were the biggest moments. Like, just God has definitely opened up a door for the music that we're actually making, and since Motion's, helped us out with so much, like our music has gotten so much better.
It really
like
has.
10 times better.
It really has.
And then, just the guy doing our cover art, just, so grateful for that, because it's going to be a real album now.
Yeah,
like it's no longer just this abstract thought, but it's a real thing that, we've watched grow up almost, and it's been so cool.
Yeah, and now, like, because the previous songs we've released are kind of like on our podcast page, on Spotify.
So I was saying you can check those out.
Yeah, but so like with this album, it's going to be like official on Apple Music, on Spotify, like you said. And it's like
Cinna's gonna be an artist.
Yeah, man,
that's crazy.
Like that's crazy.
Blows my mind. So we'd made we planned on doing podcasts back in December too. We talked about the 3 songs that we released: Empty Graves, Humble Beginnings, and Ascended. Those are the only songs out right now besides our Christmas song. Shout out Taylor Brown.
Yes.
She hopped on that track, made that joint thump. So it's on YouTube. Go check us out, Ascended 1.11. But just grateful for her to step in and give Keely a break, because she's been putting in so much work for us. We just appreciate it. But yeah, Taylor, great Christmas song. I really enjoyed making it. Definitely a dream. So hopefully we'll have more Christmas songs on the way to maybe do a Christmas album someday, if this is where God leads us. But we've just been immersed in music, and that's a big reason why we haven't done the podcast. It's just because it's so much work. We want to do it good. We want to do it. We want to do it to the best of our ability to glorify God. So we've just kind of said, hey, we'll stop it right here after season 1, and we'll make season 2 after we get the album finished. After like everything's out of the way, then we can focus on making the podcast for you guys.
Yeah.
And so,
I want to talk about another just kind of, I don't know if I would say like a God moment, but just like something that's really encouraged me from doing the music and stuff like this is like, Keely's got some cousins, some little cousins, and every time I'm over there visiting, they're always like, man, I checked out your songs, and like, it was awesome, and stuff like that. And anytime we like kind of record something like a demo, I'll send it to them, and I just know that really like, that really is special to them. Right.
And all our family too, like whenever they hear it, like, they're like, wow, like I know my family, at least, they're like, wow, I didn't think you would ever do something this, good. Not ever do anything this good, like, but aside from like music wise, because I've never done anything in music. It's like, so, all the support that we've gotten through all of our songs and all the love that's been like poured out, like, honestly, you guys have been great to us. All the love, like, there ain't been hardly any hate. I don't think we're big enough for the hate yet. But regardless, just thank you guys for sticking with us through the music and this time of the off season of the podcast, for sure.
Yeah. So I guess that's been kind of the biggest thing since we started. So I guess now we can kind of talk about where we're going.
Yeah,
where we're going.
2021.
Yeah.
Goals. What are the goals? What have we been into recently? I guess what have we been into recently. If you should have seen on our Instagram by the time this came out, a couple times we started something new. So it's the future of Ascended's a ministry. It's a broader ministry. It's not just the music. It's not just the podcast. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and I think that's our biggest kind of goal, biggest vision, is to expand the ministry, not to just keep it just a podcast ministry or a music ministry,
right?
But like we want to do, many things. Like just some of the ideas we've thrown out, just really gets us excited. I guess we can go ahead and announce the website, and the blog,
AscendedMinistries.com. It's not Ascended Music, not Ascended 1.11, Ascended Ministries. Wow. Ascended Ministries.
Yeah, and so that's already out now. So please go check out some of the blogs that's on there. We want to give a huge shout out to one of our best friends,
for sure,
Daniel Holder.
Yep, my guy Danny,
who has kind of taken over the blog, so to say. So he's kind of
chief.
He's a part of the Ascended Ministry team now. Like that's kind of his baby, and that gives us kind of a little bit of room to breathe and kind of focus on other stuff.
Right, like there's no way we can do everything at 100%. If we can invest in a couple of things rather than this big broad ministry, we can't do it all alone. We can't minister to everybody. And Daniel, really good with blog things and like just he's a perfect guy for it. Very grateful that he's been on a team, and y'all just show him some love. He'll be on a podcast some, so he's on a team now. So definitely, like if one of us has to be out, hopefully Danny will be able to step in for us.
But, for sure. So with that being said, like if any of the people we know or kind of live close around us, if any of you want to help out with Ascended Ministries,
for sure,
in any way, like
place for you.
Yes, we can surely find something for you.
Yeah, come on, please.
Because like I said, we want to expand, and that's going to take people. That's going to take more help.
Right. Right. Ascended Ministries is just bigger than like what it's just designed to reach people, make disciples for Jesus. So
on multiple platforms too.
Right.
So I just said the website, the blog. I know we've even mentioned just throwing some ideas out there, like doing a devotional, like a 10-day devotional, a series or something like that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all should comment on our pictures if you guys want us to do something like that whenever this podcast drops, for real. Let us know some ideas you want to hear discussed in the podcast, first of all, but also in devotionals. Maybe we could do like a series on that for you guys, if you guys have any ideas or anything, for sure. Yeah.
So just let us know, because we listen to every single person who is giving us feedback, or has a suggestion. Like we truly value that. It just knows that you guys care about us and you want the ministry to grow, and so we're just really grateful for that. But we also did something else recently. A lot of people have already gotten them. If you have not, we got some shirts on the website. Ascended, Solus Christus, Christ Alone sweatshirts. Thank you guys for everybody who's bought that. For real,
merch has been a dream. Gosh. We got to partner with 223 clothing and apparel companies. George Boyd, he's on one of our podcasts about the racism in the gospel podcast. A banger too. You need to go listen to it. But we got to partner with him. We're gonna keep doing collaborations and things like that with him. So be on the lookout for new merch, because we plan on releasing shirts this year. So. They're going to be very well priced, so they shouldn't be too expensive. So just be on the lookout for those new ideas. We're going to be having hats, some mugs, boy. I know y'all like y'all's coffee like that though. Just be on the lookout for our new merch and things like that, because it really helps the ministry grow. And that's none of this goes to our pocket. Literally, it all goes to Ascended and what we're trying to do. Whether it's paying producers, paying for artwork, or expanding the ministry, getting our team supplies and things that they need, and ultimately it's going back to you guys. So
for sure.
none of the money that we make goes in our pockets. So it'd be a really great help if you guys could purchase some of those. That'd be great.
Let me give just like kind of a quick overview about what these shirts are about, just for some people who may not know. So like during like the Protestant Reformation, right? Like all the reformers, they would cry out five things, five solas, and they would cry out, we're saved by grace alone, through faith alone, by Christ alone, according to Scripture alone, for the glory of God alone. Like those five things. And so Solus Christus is one of those things, that we're saved by and through Christ alone. It's no other means. It's not by our works, because we can't earn or deserve it, but it's all through Christ. And that's kind of, that's what we want our whole ministry to be about, is it's all for Christ, because of Christ, and Christ alone.
Right, and to serve you guys because Christ has saved us. That's the least that we can do. So definitely these shirts, Solus Christus, go check them out on the website. We've got those. Shout out or comment in like one of the posts if you want to see like another Solus shirt. We'd be more than happy to put those out if there's a demand for those.
For sure.
But definitely. But this has kind of been where we've been at for the past 6 months. So sorry we've been MIA. We missed you guys. I've missed doing the podcast so much. Like there's something, I don't know, refreshing, energizing about being able to talk and not have to worry about if my vocals are right, if my pitch is right. But I mean, just to get to talk to you guys, just kind of voice kind of what's going on in our lives and what Ascended is doing now, because Ascended is just bigger than us now, which I never thought it would be. So it's just really refreshing to be able to talk to you guys.
For sure. And let us know also if you kind of like recording them with the video. We're going to upload these to YouTube, so you can watch them too. So I know, for sure. But I know sometimes it just gets kind of, I don't know if boring is the right word, but just like
dry. I mean, it can be long-winded sometimes. And
just to listen to it and not kind of see anything. So we want to engage more. We want you to be more engaged with us, and kind of see us and how we're talking and everything.
And that goes back to like podcast ideas that are going to engage you guys. What you're dealing with. That's what we want to talk about, is what you're dealing with, what we're dealing with, and how the gospel can refresh us, renew us, and grow us. So definitely. But man, it feels so great being back. Season 2, the podcast. Y'all check out Visions. It'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, every platform, YouTube. Just show some love and appreciate everything that you guys have done for us. So that being said, peace.
See you guys.